Good evening, I'm Liyana Hassanel. Welcome to Bizworld. Allowing the import of completely built up or CBU cars with small engine capacity will lead to the dumping of such vehicles, thus hurting the local market. Deputy Investment, Trade and Industry Minister Liu Chin-tong said it will also hamper the government's goal of developing the local automotive industry.
Halal tuju industri otomotif tempatan adalah fokus kepada usaha untuk menggalakkan aktiviti pemasangan tempatan oleh syarikat-syarikat pengeluar kereta nasional dan syarikat-syarikat Original Equipment Manufacturer OEM tanpa mengira jenama serta kapasiti enjin kenderaan.
He was replying to Senator Suruwandi Saat's query at the Dewan Negara on the government's willingness to review the SOP and import permit regulations for the entry of vehicles with low horsepower. Liu added the import will affect the long-term investment planning for local production by OEM companies as well as both national car companies. In turn, this will likely affect local vendor development efforts and lead to the loss of employment opportunities for locals in the future. The Inland Revenue Board, IRB, and the Customs Department have successfully collected 128.8 million ringgit in tax as at October via the Special Voluntary Declaration Program VDP 2.0. Deputy Finance Minister Stephen Sim said the amount of direct tax revenue collected by IRB was 115.6 million ringgit.
Manakala jumlah kutipan hasil cukai tidak langsung yang dikutip oleh Jabatan Kastam Diraja Malaysia sehingga 31 Oktober 2023 adalah sebanyak 13.22 juta ringgit.
He was replying to Senator Tan Sri Loh Kian Chuan's question at Dewan Negara. The government announced the VDP 2.0 to taxpayers during the 2023 budget, with a 0% penalty offer for voluntary declarations made until 31st May next year. This was to increase the country's revenue, the number of taxpayers, and the level of tax compliance. Bursa Malaysia is poised to experience significant advantages from the spillover effects anticipated to stem from the Federal Reserve's upcoming interest rate cuts early next year. Rakuten Trade Equity Research Vice President Thong Pak Lang said this is due to the attractive valuation of the local equities that is expected to drive more funds into the country. On the recent surge in gold prices, Pak Lang mentioned
Reserve Persekutuan Amerika Syarikat akan mengurangkan kadar faedah sebanyak 25 mata asas pada suku pertama 24, memandangkan keadaan inflasi yang bertambah baik di Amerika Syarikat.
On the recent surge in gold prices, Pak Lang mentioned it primarily stems from its usage as a hedge against inflation, which continues to pose a significant challenge in Western countries. He added that China has been acquiring gold as reserves to support its currency. Concurrently, the escalating tension in the Middle East is also expected to drive gold purchases.
Mencerakin nilai utama,
keterbukaan dalam melengkapi rakyat,
memantap modal insan seiring deras pembangunan,
menyerlah potensi negara di kancah dunia.
Saksikan wawancara khas setahun bersama Kerajaan Madani di Wikrama Perdana Menteri.
Selasa 9 malam di TV3 atau stream langsung HD di Tonton.
Domestic demand is expected to continue driving Malaysia's economic growth. According to MIDF research, this would be supported by a positive labour market, encouraging the recovery of the tourism sector and moderating inflation. The country's retail sales registered 2.7% growth in the third quarter this year, beating expectations amid inflation concerns. However, next year planned policy adjustment involving subsidy rationalisation and gradual increase in domestic fuel prices could negatively affect spending outlook as inflation would stay elevated. Meanwhile, the firm has downgraded consumer sector to neutral from positive, despite the continuous strong out-of-home consumption of food and beverages and sustained demand for staple food. And that's all the time we have for Bizworld. I'm Liyana Hassanel. Thank you for investing your time with us.